Safety and security in housekeeping. Safety and security are concepts often used interchangeably, and it should be understood that both are means of safeguarding human and physical assets. What is safety and security in housekeeping? Safety refers to the actual conditions in the work environment that provide for freedom from injury and damage to property. It means the term safety is used with a reference to such things as disaster, emergencies, fire prevention and protection, and conditions that provide for freedom from injury and prevent damage to property. And security refers to the prevention or defense of theft, fire, and other emergencies. The term security is used with a reference to freedom from fear, anxiety, and doubts concerning humans, as well as protection against terrorism and theft of guest, employee, and hotel property. Safety management programmers. The overall objective of safety management programmers is to eliminate hazards before they cause any serious accidents. There are 10 steps in establishment of an effective safety management programmers. Number 1, review work procedures and inspect work areas for safety hazards. Number 2, make department heads aware of the nature and variety of hazards. Number 3, establish a safety committee. Number 4, maintain accurate safety records. Number 5, conduct periodic in-house safety inspections. Number 6, train staff members to implement safety consciousness. Number 7, motivate staff members to be safety conscious. Number 8, investigate and analyze all accidents and injuries. Number 9, safety management and monitor follow-ups. Number 10, review the effectiveness of your own safety management programmers. 3 E's of safety. The safety of employees can be ensured by the following 3 E's of safety: safety education, safety engineering, and safety rules enforcement. Safety education. Safety programmers and policies can only be effective if the staff is trained to think and act safely at work. The best time to start educating employees on safety is during their induction into the establishment, so that they are well versed in safety rules and policies of the establishment before they start their job. Following should be ensured during training: teaching safe methods with particular emphasis on areas of potential danger and how this can be guarded against, demonstrating the use of safety equipment is installed in the establishment and location, and use of first aid materials. Teaching staff the legal implication of non-adherence to safety procedure.
Safety engineering. This involves the building in of safety procedures into the structure of establishment, in the equipment, furniture, and fittings, and in their proper arrangement within the space.
Last is safety rules enforcement. Rules, when not implemented or enforced, are not effective. It is not enough to know about safety teams and procedures, but more important to put the knowledge gained into practice. This does not come easily to all employees, and therefore there needs to be enforced by rule and practice. Job analysis. The executive housekeeper needs help to develop a housekeeping safety manual for the use of all housekeeping employees. This manual explains in comprehensive terms the safest methods of performing each task to accomplish a particular job. For this purpose, the housekeeper, with the help of the supervisors, needs to carry out a job safety analysis. Potential hazard in housekeeping. To reduce safety risk, all employees should be aware of potential safety hazard. This hazard may include faulty equipment. Faulty equipment can lead to fires, which can cause damage, injuries, and loss of life. Number 2, damaged flooring and chipped tiles. Anytime you have damaged floors, you have increased liability and risk factors of injuries. If somebody is on your property, steps on a broken tile or trips on a folded up linoleum tile edge, that's going to be your fault, especially if you knew about it. Slippery floors and spills not mop up. People often sleeps on floors that have been left wet after cleaning. Stop pedestrian access to smooth wet floors by using barriers, locking doors, or cleaning in sections. Signs and cones only warn of a hazard. They do not prevent people from entering the area. If the spill is not visible, they are usually ignored. Wet floor, most slip happen on wet or dirty floors. Ensure cleaning happens at the right time and is carried out in the correct manner, using the right products and equipment for the job. Ensure wet floor signs are always used. Crack or broken glass. Broken glass and other sharps are physical hazards. Broken glass also has the potential to be a health hazard if it is contaminated with the toxic chemicals, blood, or infectious substances which may enter the body through a cut or puncture. Worn out electrical insulations or fittings. Overloaded electrical sockets or socket overload. You should always avoid overloading an extension lead by plugging in appliances that exceed a maximum current rating of the extension lead. By overloading that extension lead, you run the risk of causing it to overheat, which in turn could cause a fire. Another method to avoid a socket overheating is refraining from plugging in an extension lead into other extension lead. Cleaning equipment left lying around. If any of the chemicals used for cleaning at your workplace are capable of injuring people or damaging property, they are considered hazardous chemicals and must be stored safely. Because cleaning chemicals are sometimes perceived as relatively harmless, they are often overlooked in safety audits with disastrous consequences.
Safety and security in housekeeping operation. Managers must train employees to recognize potential hazardous conditions and take corrective actions before they cause injuries, like sprains, strains, falls, wet floors, and slippery walkways, messy floors, equipment left out in the way, and improper lifting techniques. Ina-explain po dito na para maiwasan po yung pagkakaroon ng ganitong cost is dapat po yung mga employees is magkaroon po ng maayos na training upang maiwasan po yung ganitong hazardous experiences po. Reducing the physical stress. Lighting equipment can reduce work. Heavy equipment must be on casters. Portability helps greatly in work management. Modern detergents helps in cleaning with a swipe that may eliminate tedious scrubbing. So, kailangan po natin karoon ng isang modern detergents para hindi po mahirapan yung housekeeper na magkukudkod sa mga banyo, ganyan. At sa job rotation naman po at saka sa teamwork, education and training in safe work practices must be part of ongoing agenda. So, malaki po ang ambag sa pagbabawas ng stress ng isang employee, ang job rotation, teamwork, etc. Work hazards and preventions. Cuts from broken glass in linen bundles and garbage. Any heap of linen or garbage is potential hazard for the broken glass or exposed syringe. The cleaners must not put their hands on garbage heaps. Room dustbins must be emptied and massed into the garbage hamper. Room attendants shake the soiled linen for the guest belongings, which is a good precaution as it ensures the broken glass or other sharp objects are not hidden in folds. So, it can harm po yung mga back pains from improper working postures. Back pains are a common complaint due to the pressure on their backs while doing their daily chore. Back pains are caused due to the lifting bend at the knees and not at the waist. Use both hands while lifting and hold the items closer to the body. Breathing problems and burn from the use of hazardous chemicals and detergents. Housekeepers normally use mild detergents for daily use. Exposure to these chemicals cause nausea, allergy, burns, vomiting, breathing problems, skin rashes, and etc. Cleaners must be trained in the safe use of these chemicals. Suppliers often provided a training and safety manual in the use of these chemicals. Electrocution from lead electric wires and improper maintenance and use equipment. Housekeeper must ensure the equipment she buys has the ISI stamp of safety. Employees are properly trained in the use of the equipment. So, hindi po dapat tayo nag-ooperate ng mga electrical equipment nang basa ang ating kamay o tela. Huwag din po mag-ooperate ng malapit sa flammable liquids at saka chemicals or vapors. Turn off po ang electricity when having sparks, smokes, or flames na nakikita po. Security and housekeeping. Guest theft. Guest takes the hotel items as souvenirs. The hotel may not mind things like soaps and stationery are taken as the hotel may build such costs into the room. But items as towels and bathrobes are serious concern because of their cost to replace them. So, sa guest theft po is okay lang naman po sa isang hotel kung ang kukunin ng isang guest ay soaps and mga stationery po kasi ano naman po siya ng room. Accommodate naman po talaga siya ng room. But, yung mga towels, bathrobes, etc., yung mga hair dryer, hindi po siya pwede dahil malaki po ang magiging cost o bawas sa isang hotel po. Employee theft. As in the case of the guest, employees find that the most of the items are useful at home. A hotel reduces pilferage by adopting the following precautions. Gate pass. An employee is required to possess a gate pass issued and authorized by the head of the department whenever a hotel property is removed from the hotel. Spot check. Security personnel conduct spot checks of employees' handbags at random to ensure that unauthorized items are not being taken out of the hotel. Staff lockers are checked periodically. Uniforms are not permitted outside the property. So, dun po sa spot check is daily basis po, chine-check ng guard ang mga bags ng mga employees to ensure na walang kinukuha ang mga employees from the hotel po. And yung mga lockers po nila is chine-check din po randomly. Par stocks. Room attendants have par stocks of items on the maid cart that have to be accounted for. Similarly, guest rooms have par stocks, where the room attendants are accountable for a set of rooms and they have to ensure the par stocks are maintained. Bomb threats. Terrorism is concerned for all public buildings. Hotels are prime targets. Housekeeping personnel are trained to report suspicious objects, drugs, and excess money lying in the room. Arms and bomb-like structures to security.
Housekeepers' responsibility towards safety. Prepare a safety manual that is read and understood at the time of induction of new employees. Place safety rules on walls at strategic points in the work area. Reinforce safety rules in daily briefings. Organize continuous safety trainings, involve experts like equipment manufacturers, engineering to take classes on fire safety, etc. Have a preventive maintenance program for all equipments. Include safety inspection in the supervisor's checklist. Ensure that the toxic chemicals are stored in closed cupboard and properly labeled. Ensure that all waste disposal containers are leak-proof and maintained in sanitary condition. Waste disposal external to the building must be in designated municipal area and with concern for public health. The recycled items are put in their appropriate containers. Make sure that locker rooms have a proper washing and shower facilities. Locker rooms must be kept clean and dry at all times. Water closet must be sanitized frequently. Ensure that housekeeping employees consume food and beverage in the staff canteens and not in public areas. Ensure rest breaks for employees during their shift vigil. Keep appropriate sign like wet floor, engineering at work, labels for detergent and toxic material, safety instruction on equipment. Not to stock anything in the corridors. Fire exit staircase should always be clear, not to stock items which will obstruct the movement. Ensure hot and cold indicators on the top faucets. In the rooms and corridors, few lights should be connected to UPS. Swimming pool pH and chlorine level to be maintained. Pool area no diving signage to be painted. Bed corner to be covered. Non-smoking zone signage. Safety shoes for engineering and kitchen and gum boots for kitchen stewarding. Smoke detectors indicator light to be blinked at all the times. First aid. It is important for all housekeeping personnel to know about the first aid, as they could be the first one on the spot to give immediate attention to a guest or an employee. It is a part of all the overall safety program. The first step is to have a first aid cupboard or a box in all the departments. The cupboard should contain the following items: clinical thermometer, cotton wool, bandage roll, band-aids, sterilized gauze, rubber sheeting, tincture iodine, burn oil, aspirins, mercurochrome, and antiseptic cream. That's all.
Topic is all about housekeeping, safety, and security. How to handling emergency situation. Handling emergency situation is indeed a gigantic task. To handle an accident or emergency in hotel or restaurant or resort, you must have a precautionary arrangement or some policy. In very big hotel, there are house rules face all kinds of situations. General cause of fire prevention. Number 1 is smoking. No smoking should be allowed in restricted areas. All cigarette and must be extinguished completely. Adequate ashtrays should be provided. Number 2 is electrical. Regular checking and maintenance of electrical appliances. Regular checking of building wiring. Train staff not to use fault equipment. Do not permit overloading of electrical outlet. This is the procedure in case of emergency. Number 1 is do not panic. Inform the telephone operator. Number 2 is the telephone operator has to call the nearest fire brigade station in every station of the hotel. And the last one is the trained personnel of the hotel will start fight with the fire extinguisher with all other arrangements at service. This is the accident prevention for guests and employees. Accident, illness, and death are some emergencies that may affect guests and employees from time to time. It may be the business of the housekeeping department and from office to deal with them. All employees should have knowledge of first aid, and in any such situation, they should be level-headed, and not give in panic and confusion. This is the procedure in case of an accident. If possible, the accident victims from the site of accident as soon as possible to a quiet, secluded place. Make him comfortable. Use a stretcher in case it needed. Preferably take someone with you to the accident site and to help in handling the person. Call the hotel doctor if need is felt.